Sponsored by Golfbox, Australia's greatest golf superstore. So, your mission, if you choose to accept it. Do I have to? Yeah, you do. Okay. Find an iron that's extremely fast out of the centre, but also explosive on miss hits. Right. Bit of a disclaimer before we get started. Love a disclaimer, don't we? But if fast ball speeds even out of the hosel offends you, oh, ball speed on that shank, well then this video is not for you. Because today we're looking at the Mizuno JPX925 Hot Metal Pro. Again? The iron that's meant to offer a lot in a small package. But first, it's time for
All's controversial take of the week.
You can't say that.
Yes, straight into the deep end. And I'm going to start by saying I'm disappointed. I am. I feel like visually, it's just meh. It really is. Like I'm not. They're probably my least favourite looking JPX irons in a very, very long time. They're not ugly, but I just don't think there's not a lot going for them. The last the Hot Metal we reviewed, a lot of discussion. It was like 50-50 whether you like the looks or not. I'm not a fan personally, which is it's hard to say with a Mizuno iron. But one thing that we can guarantee with these, they go like stink. Holy shit! Hit these anywhere, and these are still going to go a very long way, considering the word pro is on these irons. Now then. I just literally stared straight into that light, and all I see now is squares. Hello? Down at the ball, it's some size. It is. Again, pro model, take it with a pinch of salt, because this is not what you would expect to see with a pro model. We've got a thickish top line. It's very tidy, like especially compared to the Hot Metal. Less curves, less offset. It's more compact. It is very, very tidy looking, but like I say, there is some weight there. Man, that literally sounds like I'm hitting the 3-wood. That is insane. Straight out the gate, it's 200 yards, 2.8 total. 5,000 RPM, big right to left, so I reckon there's another 500 RPM in there with a more neutral flight. The winning part for me with these irons, like all Mizuno irons I'll confidently say, is the impact package. The sound and feel of this thing is absolutely 5-star, 10 out of 10, class A. Super. No surprises, if I'm honest. When it comes to ball speed with this thing, we're getting quite hot under the chrome molly. Goodness gracious me. 204 yards. 214 total. The word pro, however, I personally wouldn't have that word on this club. I mean, it's the pro in terms of the JPX925 range, but it's still mid to high handicapper, game improvement iron even. I mean, this has got the same lofts as that of the standard Hot Metal, but it just comes in a more compact package. It's not as big, it's not as bulky, less offset, a lot tidier around the address position. I'm all for it. Obviously with this sort of construction, you tend to lack a bit of the workability and spin. That stopping power we should hopefully achieve with that peak angle and steep descent, but in terms of right to left, can be a bit more difficult to shape. So for that reason, I'm out. No, Deborah. For that reason, I wouldn't personally have pro on this set of irons. Leave that for the MP range. I mean, kind of does all the talking itself. I don't feel that the word pro needs to be on this, really. Now, I'll be honest, would you buy a club because it's got pro on it? You wouldn't, would you? No. Would you? No. 203 yards, carry. Ball speed's up at 100, I mean that's gone, nearly killed Brenda. I'm not actually going for these, which is quite scary. Got a bit of toe action, I can feel it, which is where this right to left's coming, but it's consistently miles, consistently up at 140 ball speed. It doesn't feel like an iron in a good way. It feels like there's a lot more mass behind it than what I actually see. 204 carry, 213. $205. That's some serious numberage right there. Professor Umbrage, man, wow. Now for me, I don't know, the thing that confuses me the most about this is I don't know where this sits, because you've got the hot metal, same lofts, slightly smaller construction in this. Forgiveness is, I don't know how much difference really there is going to be with the forgiveness of those two. Same lofts, so I'd like to think similar performance. Very, very similar. Two irons, very similar. And then you've got the high launch, which has obviously got the more traditional lofts to get the ball in the air. But I think this is enough. I don't think we almost need the hot metal model. I think this, you know, you've got that forgiveness, it's more compact, it still goes a long way, it does everything it says it should do on the tin. Why do you need a hot metal as well? Should this be the hot metal and then we go a pro slightly smaller than this one, if that's even possible? I think so. But this club is for anyone that doesn't like big and bulky. You want to hit it still a long way, but you don't want huge footprints behind the ball. It's exactly what you get. It's not obscenely big, it's just, it's tidy. Feel very confident with it. Now, that was a bit more loft delivered, and that's the difference you see. So we've got same club head speed, same ball speed, up at 17 degrees of launch, and obviously that's then knocked the distance back to 195, where that lower loft, I was hooding it a wee bit. Again, a muscle back had helped me because I'd have the RPM, where this, it's not. My dynamic loft's knocked down, it's going that way, not so much that way, so it's a bit of a concern for me having it that low, but that's my swing. We just don't suit, really. But that shot was much better. Bring back the toe. But better face delivery again. Again, 200 yards. It's 200 yards every day of the week, this golf club. Mr. Al, we'll see you now. Hi. Yeah, it's not, it's solidified its position for me as a game improvement iron. I would never cross this off as, you know, we're going to go and work this in different windows and different shot shapes. MP range for sure. This is definitely, it deserves to have the hot metal name and not so much the pro, in my opinion, but I get what they're trying to do, that more compact visual. It's consistent though, isn't it? Looking at that, numbers are consistent. It wasn't crazy. We're all 5 yards in between. We had the 190s carry. I mean, we had a 206 there. That was probably the longest, but look at the shape, hideous. I'll get rid of that actually. Doesn't match the visual. I think it feels much more better player than it looks. Very, very soft, very Mizuno, but performance-wise, definitely, you know, the other end of the scale, the higher handicap, a lot of assistance, less spin, a lot of launch, a lot of help in the air still. The lower spin rate, which again, everyone will go, oh, what is this? But again, we've got that launch. Even when I'm hooding it, de-lofting, we're still getting out towards the 16 to all the way up to the 18 and 19 degrees of launch. So for me, that's some pretty reasonable numbers right there. So guys, all from me and the JPX925 Hot Metal Pro. You heard that, right? Hopefully that picked that up. I'm the only person here. It is 6:20 in the morning. If you don't see me again, thanks for being a part of my journey on the channel, because I don't know if I'm going to get out of here alive. Anyway, guys, thank you as always for watching. Please hit the subscribe button, the bell notification. Obviously, at this point, you probably hit them or gaming these irons. Let me know how you got on in the comment section. I love hearing from you, and I'll see you next time.